Hello everybody, it is me, that divination witch. I really hope you're all doing well. Now today I'm going to answer a question that has been asked of me more times than I can count. And I really hope this video helps, seriously. I've wrote some notes on it like I do with every video, but this, as you've guessed by the title, is how to connect with your spirit guides. So I'm going to give a brief overview as to who and what your spirit guides are, and then we'll talk about ways to connect with them. So let's get into it. Now, just to quickly say, hello, if you don't know who I am, my name's Sarah. I go by that divination witch online. I started off on TikTok just by posting readings. Now I'm here on YouTube. I share my journey, I share information I've learned, and I do it all in a down-to-earth type of way. If you like that, please hit subscribe. And I've also got a link tree below if you are interested in getting a reading from me. I've got an Etsy store and a Patreon service. And on Patreon, I'm trying to build it up, slowly but surely. But you get readings off me on there as well. But if you ever needed hints or tips to do with paganism, witchcraft, spirituality, anything like that, you can message me. I'm posting things on there. So yeah, please check it out if you're interested. I'd be so grateful. Thank you. So, your spirit guides. People call them different things and it's to each their own. Some people may call your spirit guides your guardian angels. To me, spirit guides are spirits that are here to guide us. It's in the name. And they can indeed be guardian angels. They could be guardian demons as well. They could be deities. They could be ancestors. They could be relatives that you've known and deceased. Now, they can also be a number of other things that I've witnessed and experienced. And this is not an extensive list because there's probably things out there that I don't even know about. But I have literally witnessed aliens. Yes, you heard me right, aliens. And when I say aliens, I don't mean little green men. And I don't mean the whole starseed thing either. That is a whole different kettle of fish. But aliens on a spiritual level, because we're not the only spiritual beings out there, or beings that are capable of this. You know, there are beings that live in the spirit realm, different vibrations. There's so many beings out there that I can't even possibly name them all. And a lot of beings out there are found in human mythologies throughout the world. And there's a reason for that, because we do reflect the spirit world. So things like dragons and fairies and mermaids and, I don't know, phoenixes. I've seen that before. They're all real. They're all very real. I myself used to do dragon magic, and I'll probably do a video about it at some point, because there was a time where I was confirming people's dragons for people. But when I was first introduced to dragon magic, just to say, I thought, what the hell? Am I going crazy? This is not Lord of the Rings. What is going on? Because that's the way I am. I do try and keep it realistic. But no, dragons are very real. Not physically. Maybe once they might have been physically real. Who knows? But spiritually, they are real. They have their own spiritual realm, their own hierarchy. Like us human beings, you get them of all ages, all intelligences. And then they have dragons that are more animalistic, like the world we live on. We've got animals, so have they. There are so many spiritual beings out there. So your spirit guides could be any of these. I mean, I've heard of some fantastical things as well, of other witches. And I'm not discrediting them. I'm really not, because who is to say, truthfully, who is to say what is correct and incorrect, really? I've sometimes put my foot in it by saying, no, that can't be real, that can't be right, and then I've been proved wrong. So I always try and keep an open mind to things, although I try and stay grounded and not get carried away. But yes, your spirit guides could be any of these things. Now, I will say, I feel like I have to say, because of where I'm posting this, it's going to be very rare that your spirit guide is a celebrity. I've came across this several times, and It's a popular thing, let's face it. It's a popular thing. People want to connect with famous people, even in death. Elvis is a big one. Marilyn Monroe, another. And then you've got more ancient things like Anne Boleyn. You know, there's people out there who believe that these spirits are their guides. It's going to be a tiny percentage that that's the case, because these people were human beings just like you and me. And these people have families just like you and me. And they also probably 99.9% sure that they will need to reincarnate again, like us all. They all have a soul purpose. Just because they were famous in this life doesn't mean they're not in the next, like they're going to be again. And doesn't mean that they're an elevated spirit. Just because you're famous doesn't mean you're wise. Doesn't mean you know everything. Just saying. So that is very rare. And if you come across that, if you think that's the case, I'm not saying it's not, because never say never to anything. That's what I've just said. But it is rare. I've not known it to be genuine a lot of the time. I'll be truthful to you. Get it confirmed. Please check it with some other people you don't know. And not just me. Find a reader online even, or in real life if you can. Ask them to check this, because, and I've done videos about them, there are tricksters out there, astral parasites. There are things out there that will pretend to be your lost loved ones, your spirit guides, your deities, whoever. They will pretend to get close to you. They'll say they're your nana, they're your grandma, they're whoever. And they'll be pretty convincing to an extent. So you must have your wits about you, because I feel there's a lot of maybe beginners or people who aren't as skilled in this sort of thing. And I myself, I've done a story time ages ago about it, and I might have to tell it again, but I myself got tricked when I first was starting out. Foolishly, I'll tell you the story in brief. I met a being I thought was my spirit guide. They looked a bit like a fae, like an elven figure, very beautiful looking. I was astral projecting at the time. I followed them like a fool through a portal, not knowing where the hell I was going, only to find out they wanted to feed off my energy and trick me and fool me and get me to where they had more power, their home, let's just say. So things can happen, even to me, to anyone. Don't be fooled by that. And there's also a lot of, there's a cult thing on Netflix even, where this cult is ran by a woman who says she's getting messages off Robin Williams. Come on, use some discernment. People do this for clout. That's all I'm going to say there. Connecting with your guides, there are several ways. So I've touched upon the first one, and that's to get a reading. If you know how to do it yourself, great. If you don't, get a reading from somebody else, not just me, anyone, a psychic, a medium, someone you trust. Get more than one opinion. It's good to get more than one opinion if you're unsure about things, and of people that you don't know as well, and they don't know you, so they can't, glean information or anything like that. So yes, that's my first way of telling you of connecting with them. Aside from that, meditations. Now meditations, they might not be for everyone, because I know not everyone is able to just switch off. I know I find it difficult sometimes, even now I do, not as much as I used to, but I had to practice meditating. I couldn't switch my mind off. I had to practice techniques of doing that. Hint, let your thoughts run, let them run wild, just let it happen, and eventually it shuts up. That's what it does for me, just saying. But there are guided meditations out there, and some people find them great. Some people, again, not so much. I followed a guided meditation when I first started out, and it did help me. I saw my grandparents. I know they were at the time guiding me, so it made sense to have seen them. If you can't follow a guided meditation, and if you just want to try visualizing and meditating yourself, my hint and tip here would be to visualize somewhere nice. So say, for example, me and my grandparents, you could visualize, I don't know, meeting them at the park or somewhere that was special to you, the beach or a place you went on holiday, or, something special for you, something relaxing and special. And you need to visualize the place itself first, and that you are there and you're at peace and protected. There needs to be nothing else on your mind, kind of thing. Just relax, take it in, look at the details around you. If you're at the beach, can you hear the waves? Is there anyone else around? Can you see any seashells? Like the little details. And then visualize them coming into you. Visualize whoever. You might not even know who they are. Just visualize a shape walking towards you. A light, I would say. A friendly light. And then take in their details when they're next to you. Then let the light fade and see their face and see, are they human? Are they your relative? Who are they? Ask their name if they're willing to give that. Ask why they're there. How long have they been there? You may not feel comfortable doing any of this, and that's okay as well. You could ask your spirit guides to give you a sign in your actual life. And I would ask for this out loud. Sometimes our guides give us signs and we don't even realise it's a sign. I get them all the time. Angel numbers, that's like reoccurring patterns of numbers. Songs, sometimes I either hear them in passing or on the radio, or they just pop into my head. And it's certain lines from songs. Hecate herself has done that to me recently. There was a Sarah McLachlan song she made me think of, and then I knew the message was from her, and oh my god, I cried and everything. It was very personal. I hadn't heard the song in over 20 years, but all of a sudden it was just in my head. So ask your guides for something like that. Ask them to show you signs, like something that is personal to you. People sometimes say butterflies are lost loved ones, for example, but you could say, right, ladybirds or ladybugs in America, you say, don't you? But ladybirds might be special to you. Show me a ladybird, or show me a pink flower. I don't know. It could be a physical pink flower drops on the floor. It could be that you end up going on a walk and you walk past someone's garden with loads of pink flowers. Or you might see it on TV. Ask for a sign like that. And also ask them for a sign in your dreams. Because our spirits, whether they're guides or lost loved ones, they can come to us in our dreams. Ask them to do that, and ask them to make it clear, what are they trying to say to you? Is it a nice dream? Is it a nasty dream? Are they trying to warn you? Are they trying to protect you? Look into meanings of dreams, because dreams, they are a way of our spirits connecting with us. And I do dream readings. There's other people out there who do as well. Maybe get a reading, to double check this. But there's certain things that appear in dreams. Someone at time of filming's left a comment that I haven't replied to yet, but I have seen it. They were asking something about dogs and snakes in a dream. Dogs, yes, they're linked with Hecate. It might be Hecate, but they're not just linked with her. They're linked with protection and guarding places and guarding people. But it could also mean loyalty. It depends on the context, because dog's a man's best friend. And snake depends on the context as well. A snake can be seen as a symbol of, being a snake, being a viper's nest, being stabbed in the back, someone you can't trust. But it could also mean fertility, and it could also mean healing energy, because that's what it used to mean before it was demonized, the meaning. It could also mean wisdom as well. It could be that you have a dragon or a snake spirit guide in this context, Just be you, just go with the flow. Seriously, it's your life, it's your spirit guides, it's your journey, no one else's. So you do you on your time. Don't feel pressured, because there's no pressure. Okay, Let me know if you've got any more hints or tips below. Put them in the comments. Help someone else out. If you've got anything you want to share, I'm all ears. As always, I try and reply to everyone where I can. And yeah, if any questions, let me know. Until next time, stay safe, stay witchy. Bye.